At the age of 12, I lost my father to leukemia. At 13, I had to leave home and go to boarding school. At 17, I thought I contracted an incurable illness and lived the next few years believing that I was going to die. At 26, I was diagnosed with cancer. At 28, I had to rebuild my life from scratch. At 38, I was betrayed in the most heinous way possible, and it almost destroyed me. Almost. And throughout it all, throughout the entirety of my life, throughout all of the challenges and the devastations, the disappointments, the setbacks, there's been one thing that has served me throughout all of it. One thing that's kept me going. One thing that's given me strength and courage. One thing that has preserved me. And we're going to talk about that one thing now. Hello everybody, greetings and salutations. Welcome to Luke on Life. My name is obviously Luke. This is a new YouTube channel and I am hopeful that we're going to have a long and fruitful friendship. This is going to be a channel of self-improvement, of motivation, of learning from life's most important lessons. And you know what? If it helps just one person, then it's mission accomplished. So by way of introduction, my name is Luke. I'm 41 years old and I'm from London in the United Kingdom, which many of you will know is the capital. And you know what? At the outset of the video, I just want to say something really important. I know that that intro was super dramatic, and I have gone through all those things. I have had a lot of life challenges. I have had a lot of life experience, I would say. But it's really important for me to say and for me to let you know as the viewer that I am really, really lucky and I'm so fortunate. I count myself as one of the most blessed people in the entire universe. I couldn't wish for anything more. Yes, I have gone through all those things, but they've served me well. They've given me a lot of life experience, and that's exactly why I'm here today talking to you. That's exactly the rationale for starting this YouTube channel. But again, I view myself as one of the luckiest people in the world. But before we get to any of that, I just want to give you a little bit of context about myself and my life. I know that you're eager to get to the point of the video and we're going to get there. Please just bear with me. You know, it's the first video, so I thought it would be important to give you a little bit of information, a little bit of context, and a little bit of an overview of my life to date. As I said, I'm 41 years old. I am from London in the United Kingdom, though not originally. I'm originally from Kent, which is next to London. It's known as the Garden of England. There's a lot of greenery there. It's the most southeasterly point in England. If you go to the coast, you can pretty much see French. See the French. I'm of mixed race heritage. I am half English on my father's side, and I'm sure I'll talk about him more in future videos. And I'm also half Filipino on my mother's side. They met in New York, I believe. They've never actually told me how they met, which is something I should definitely find out. I grew up a happy child, and as I said, I lost my father at the age of 12. He sadly passed away from leukemia. It was a very odd time to lose a parent, especially a father as a boy. I don't think that there's ever an easy time to lose a parent, especially one that you're so close with and that you love so much. But I think 12 is a formative age in anyone's life. And to lose a father is can be, or was for me, a confusing thing to go through. But fast forward to my teens, as I said, I went to a British boarding school in Kent. Also a very strange experience for a teen to go through. Of course, it was an extremely privileged thing to receive. I received an excellent education, but leaving home after losing your father, and in essence, losing your other parent, having to be surrounded by all of those boys, and it was a boys-only boarding school, what can I tell you? That was somewhat difficult, let's just put it like that. but by no means terrible. I actually look back on those years very fondly. And then at 17, I thought that I was going to die. I convinced myself that I had contracted an incurable illness, and that there was no cure for it. I believed that it was going to kill me, and I was too scared to go and get help. I was too scared to confront the situation. I was too scared to engage with the situation. I was confused, I was lost, and it became a very dark time. Imagine being 17 years old and knowing in your head that you're going to die, and being too scared to even go and get help with the situation. That's bonkers. Ultimately, that situation had a happy ending, and I wish I'd gone to get help sooner. Again, we are getting to the point. Fast forward a few more years and I get to the age of 26. I remember being with my girlfriend of the time and having a massive blowout argument. I went for a walk randomly, then I came home and I just woke up in the middle of the night in a cold sweat, not really knowing where I was, what the hell was going on. I just knew that something wasn't right. Eventually I had a seizure, and I ended up in the local hospital. Fast forward a few more months, I was admitted to a more reputable hospital, let's just say that, a more specialised hospital in London, where numerous tests were performed on me, ultimately giving me a diagnosis of lymphoma in the brain. Maybe that's why I'm so weird, maybe that's why I'm so crazy, I don't know. It was not a very pleasant time. I actually was confronted with my own mortality again, but this time it was for real. I just knew that it wasn't going to be the end of me, but it was hard, and it taught me a lot about life. It taught me a lot about the human condition. It taught me a lot about fear and perseverance and just getting on with it. So hooray! I was saved. I was spared. I was allowed to live. But what do you do when your life has just been absolutely nuked? Well, you've got to start over. And that's exactly what I did. I went back to school and I took another degree and I retrained. I did all this at the age of 28. You know, loads of people do that at all ages. They do it at 40, they do it at 50. Some start their whole life over in their 60s and 70s. And I think it's one of the most noble and fascinating and respectable things that anyone can do. It takes a lot of guts, it takes a lot of persistence, it takes a lot of drive to do that. It takes a lot of resilience as well. So that's what I did. I was 28, went back to school, I got a degree. 3 years later, I started a new profession. But I had a very stable 30s, and for that I'm very thankful. I was able to make some serious headway in my career. I had various troubles and issues along the way, like everybody does, but I made good progress in my profession, like I said. And I had various serious relationships with various women, none of which worked out. And you know what? I have to be honest, and I have to take some of the blame for that, because I could have done better. And I think that a part of appreciating oneself is being able to look in the mirror and know that you have things about you that aren't great. It's being able to recognize the darker side of yourself, for want of a better word. It's being able to identify the flaws in oneself and to want to do better and then to do better. But we are approaching the point in my life which is perhaps the most profound and the most painful. In my late 30s, I met a girl and we started dating. One thing led to another. She moved in. We grew really close, and I really believed that it was the real thing. I definitely loved her, and I thought that she loved me, and maybe she did. I loved her so much that I really saw a future with her, and I went so far as to buy a flat for us to both move into to start the next phase of our life. 2 weeks later, after moving into that flat, I found her cheating on me. The signs were there. I definitely saw the signs. But like many before me and like many who will come after me, I just didn't want to see them. I didn't want to face up to the uncomfortable truth. This was complete and utter devastation for me. I was shell-shocked. This was truly the worst moment of my life. It was the most painful moment of my life. It's the most painful thing that I've had to go through, and I wouldn't wish it upon anybody. It was made even worse by the fact that she was denying blatant reality, and the fact that it was so drawn out, and that I refused to just accept the fact that this person no longer wanted me, that I no longer served them any use, and that I refused to accept the end. Now, betrayal is one of the most discussed things in human history. It's as old as time itself. It is something that we write about, that we sing about, that movies are made about. There's about 1 billion K-dramas about it. It's truly devastating. Betrayal, true betrayal, is one of the worst things that human beings can go through, in my opinion. And it was for me. It really did leave a mark on me. But again, as you are noticing, there is a theme throughout all of this. It taught me a hell of a lot. But as I say, that was a brief overview. There have been other things that I haven't mentioned here, and there have been commonalities and themes throughout my life, such as anxiety. Again, another topic that we can talk about at length in another video, that I've had to deal with, like many of you watching right now will be dealing with right now. I just want you to know that I'm with you, and I truly want the best for you. I am in your corner. That's why I'm here starting this YouTube. That's why I'm here talking about my problems and the things that I've gone through. I'm going to draw on my life experience and give you the lessons that I've learned along the way, so I can hopefully make things a little bit easier for you. It's true. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. As long as you have breath in you, you've got a chance. And that's what brings me on to that one thing that has kept me going through all of that. The one thing that's given me strength to continue. The one thing that has really saved me. And that one thing is simple. That one thing is choice. It's all about choice. Is it God-given? Is it in our DNA? Is it circumstantial? Is it all of the above? It's about choice. It's about how you choose to react to any situation. It's about how you choose to confront your problems or not. It's about how you choose to adopt an attitude and a behavior that either serves you or does not. It's about choosing to move forward. It's about choosing to survive. I chose to do well at school, or at least try to do well at school. Could have done better. Because I knew that my mum was making a sacrifice. I chose to confront my cancer and to fight and to just get on with it. And I chose a path of resilience and sheer dogged will. And I chose not to let the actions of a dastardly person define me or my life. And I chose not to be destroyed by that person. I chose to lick my wounds and move forward in the best way that I could. I know it's not easy. I know that it's an option to just acquiesce to defeat. It is difficult. Making a good choice is difficult. Making that decision to move forward down a certain path is difficult. Sometimes the choice is almost impossible to make. It's damn near heroic, some of the choices that people make. But people make good choices every day and people make bad choices every day. Who the judge of that is, I don't know. But what I would say in closing is that to survive life's hardest challenges, to survive things that are meant to kill you, to survive and to continue and to thrive, you've got to want it. You've got to really want it. That's it. Just choose. I'm not the wisest. I'm not the smartest, and I'm definitely not the bravest. I'm just somebody who has been through a few things and has learned a few things along the way. It's my hope that by starting this YouTube channel, I can help just one person out there, hopefully more. If there's advice that I have that can help somebody navigate this maze we call life, then fantastic. If there are things that I can say that motivate you to get through your issues, if there's advice that I can give to help you overcome certain problems, then that's great. That's why I'm here. And I hope that you'll join me for the ride. I hope that at some point you'll consider to subscribe. If not, then I hope that the powers that be bring us back together at some point so you can enjoy even more pearls of wisdom from little old me. But until then, I just want to say again, thank you for making it this far. If you have, I'm truly grateful. And I wish you, genuinely, happiness, prosperity, and health. Bye.